on natural capital come largely, therefore, from a company simply using the resources it needs to run its business. Understanding the impact of commercial decisions is where companies need to become better informed in order that the consequences of actions can be better managed. As a result, all companies will benefit from measuring their impact on natural capital more effectively. In doing so, they will better understand which impact and which natural resources and services are strategically important to their businesses in the short and long term, and so able to focus on them.
I think for companies that are really understand that, and they understand where their consumers are coming from and where their consumer pressure is, they're already recognizing that being a first mover in this is going to be just because they will be the people who've worked out the economic models, sourced a sustainable supply, can be authentic when it comes to their products, and have probably got a recycling component in the whole design of them, which enables them to really reduce waste and save money. And so there are some really bright people really thinking about the whole supply chain, which I think will drive this sustainable forestry a very long way. We just want those to be sort of a lot of fast followers coming in behind them to really make the difference.
It is clear that over time, companies will make radical changes to their environmental accounting for resource along their entire value chain. Companies that embrace natural capital accounting are to come to grips earlier with the major challenges and opportunities of the 21st century.
And in renewables, the picture is dramatic. I mean, 10 years ago, you had north-south trade and north-north trade, more than 2/3 in renewables. And today, that's reversed. So that means that countries are becoming empowered with regard to renewable energy technology. And the amount of investment that's flowing into renewables, I think, is in itself very encouraging. 10 years ago, it was under 40 billion. Now, it's well over $200 billion a year, and the capacity is increasing every year. So to me, there are success stories that can be brought out. Another one that I would share with you are if I can call them the green markets, which are, again, related to sustainable consumption and production. Fish. The fish market is over $100 billion a year are traded. When you have consumers who are interested in the sustainability of the fish stocks and what they're eating, that's a huge opportunity. Ecotourism, one of the fastest growing areas in global GDP is tourism. So there's a number of areas where we're seeing some concrete advances, and I think we can report on those, and actually they're tangible. They're financial flows that are moving into the opportunities. And one last thing, this is again framing. The green economy will happen either by design or by default, and it will happen because the earth is becoming contaminated. The earth is becoming contaminated, so basically we'll have to clean it up. Either we'll do it by design and we'll clean up beforehand, or we'll contaminate and then all the flows it'll be a reactive green economy. And that's a bit what we're seeing with the environmental goods and services industry, which is growing much faster than the overall economy.
If you look at the markets now, for the last year or so, people were raising money again. Charles has mentioned the green bond phenomenon. And so I think we are seeing sort of positive innovation. The issue, obviously, is it at a scale enough? No. Is it fast enough? No. And is it distributed enough, particularly into developing countries? So I think there are still challenges, but there's no doubt that we have the potential to raise the funds. And one big area which I would suggest we need to focus our attention would be energy efficiency financing. We talk a lot about renewables, very important, but the biggest area of financial flows needs to go into energy efficiency in buildings, in industry, and transport. And that's where probably we need to focus a lot of our efforts now, I would suggest.
Since Rio Plus 20, 68 countries have supported a communique which calls on governments, the United Nations system, international financial institutions, and other international organizations to strengthen the implementation of natural capital accounting. In April 2013, more than 35 ministers, vice ministers, and senior officials of finance, development, and environment came together for a high-level ministerial dialogue on natural capital accounting. They were part of a larger group of more than 60 countries, the first movers of natural capital accounting, who were sharing technical know-how and the setup of institutions needed to move the agenda forward. That's our program for the week. Thank you for being a part of it. God willing, we'll be back with you next week. But before then, should you have any comment or question, our inbox, edfile@channelstv.com, is always available. From me, Ayola Kasim, and the rest of the team, it's bye for now.